Thank you for being here for this press conference. We have periodic gatherings where law enforcement agencies throughout the region come together. I want to thank the Mid-South Development District that I think hosted this meeting of law enforcement agencies. We have representatives from City Council that are here, as well as the U.S. Marshal's Office. We have law enforcement from Shelby County Sheriff's Office, Germantown Police Department, Piperton Police Department. The U.S. Attorney's Office is also represented here, as well as obviously the City of Memphis and Memphis Police Department. I know there was some news that came out earlier today, and you may have questions about it, so I figured I would address that. Coming straight out the gate, the news around DOJ, it really reaffirms the approach that we have already embarked upon. It does not change anything regarding our commitment to ensuring that there's integrity in policing. The task force that has been assembled will continue to work, and we will still continue to look for continuous improvement within our police department. Today we're going to have a little bit of conversation around some efforts that Memphis Police Department has been undertaking, but I want to just kind of level set some of the conversation. In 2023, Memphis had a devastating surge of violent crime. It resulted in us having 398 homicides in our community, the highest in our city's history. And this crisis demanded immediate and decisive action. So when I took office in January of 2024, I pledged to make crime reduction our top priority. We committed to a comprehensive strategy that combines law enforcement, prevention, as well as community engagement to make sure that we are reclaiming the safety of our neighborhoods. Under the leadership of Chief Davis, the police department has executed this strategy with precision and dedication, and you'll hear more about that momentarily. But they've put forth targeted operations with innovative policing methods, and they've yielded results. And I'm not going to misrepresent the issue. I want to be clear. We know that we have a crime problem in our community, but I also want everybody to know that we're turning the ship. And this is a very big ship. It's not a speedboat. And it's going to take continued and ongoing effort, but the ship is turning. 2023 was our highest crime year. It was not 2024, and it's not 2025. And we're working to ensure that by the end of my first term, that our officers are the highest paid in the region, helping us recruit and retain talent, and that we're continuing to push crime numbers down. We believe that investment in this space is vital to our long-term safety. A safer Memphis strengthens our entire region. That's why I'm excited to be here with our partners from across the region, from Germantown and Bartlett to South Haven and West Memphis. We know that we are stronger and safer together. And so I want us to talk about an initiative that's been underway that I think has been really impactful over the last couple of weeks, because I think it's important for the public to know how law enforcement is working to get results. In Memphis, we're applying relentless pressure through our most recent initiative, which is titled Rolling Thunder. This is intended to disrupt gang activity, recovering illegal weapons, removing dangerous drugs from the streets, and arresting violent offenders. Operation Code Zero, which you've heard of before, it's clearing drug houses and nuisance properties in high-impact neighborhoods. We recently established a fugitive task force in partnership with federal agencies, and we've captured some of the most dangerous individuals in the region. And I think the overarching message is that we want those who seek to disrupt peace to understand that we are not going to tolerate lawlessness in our community. And the era of unchecked violence in our city is over. There is unprecedented collaboration. I was just talking to officials from Germantown about the collaboration and the results that it's reaping around auto thefts, and how the law enforcement agencies are collaborating to make sure that there's direct communication amongst all of them to ensure that we're bringing people to justice. And so we're committed to sustaining this progress and ensuring that every resident feels safe. So I'm going to turn it over to Chief Davis, because I would like for her to talk a little bit more about Rolling Thunder. Afterwards, we'll take a couple of questions, but we have a council meeting in a minute, so we're going to ask the media, after we take a few questions, if there are additional questions for anyone here, will allow us to kind of break apart and just pull people to the side. But Chief Davis, please do come forward.
So good afternoon, and thank you, Mayor, and thank you to all of our law enforcement partners who are here, including our DA's office, U.S. Attorney's Office, all of our council members. This issue is one that is very serious to us as a police department, as the primary police department for the city of Memphis. In recent press conferences and media releases, we told you what was coming. We illustrated, we explained what needed to happen in order for us to reduce crime in our city. We made it clear that violent criminals have gotten our attention and have gone too far victimizing our citizens. So today, we're showing you early results of what criminals can expect from the Memphis Police Department and all of our law enforcement partners. Operation Rolling Thunder, it didn't roll through Memphis quietly. It moved through this city, disrupting, dismantling, and disarming the people causing the most harm in our neighborhoods, and we aren't done yet. This wasn't random. This was intentional, strategic, focused. This was precision, policing, and deliberate collaboration. From April 23 to May 10th, we apprehended over 160 violent offenders. 50 of those are known gang members, shown here. These are the faces of violent individuals tied to murders and other gun violence, drug trafficking, auto theft, illegal weapons, and other crimes that destabilize entire communities. These faces are the drivers of violence in our city. So far, 10 people have been indicted on federal charges as a result of this operation, including 6 gang members. And we don't plan on stopping here. This is just the beginning, so let me reiterate what federal charges mean. In many instances, no bond, faster indictments, expeditious prosecution, and more severe sentences. And we owe it to the victims of crime in our city to continue working with our federal partners and our DA's office to pursue charges wherever possible. That's how we break the cycle, by ensuring the most dangerous offenders no longer have the opportunity to threaten our communities. Operation Rolling Thunder, it hit hard, and it made an impact. From January 1 to April 30th of this year, there were 30 gang-related crimes reported. During the course of Operation Rolling Thunder, there were 3 gang-related cases reported. In addition to the arrest, we removed 15 illegal firearms from our streets, including a Glock switch, which converts a handgun into a fully automatic weapon. Long guns, extended magazines, and Glock switches have no place in our neighborhoods, and we're working relentlessly to take them out of circulation. This illustration here is just a portion of the paraphernalia and other types of items and guns that were apprehended during this operation. We also seized fentanyl and other illegal narcotics, dangerous substances directly tied to violence, addiction, and overdose deaths in our city. Our focus is to stop the bleeding, not just to put a tourniquet or a Band-Aid on it, to stop the bleeding. That means removing what's fueling the violence, the guns, the drugs, and the money that funds criminal activity. And it means making sure the people responsible for this violence face real consequences. This is one of the many operations like it to come, and it only works through coordination and collaboration with all of the individuals that you see here today, including our organized crime unit that led this operation. Also the U.S. Marshals, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the Germantown Police Department, Bartlett Police Department, the District Attorney's Office, the Shelby County Sheriff's Department, and other federal and regional law enforcement partners stood side by side with one goal, and that is to stop the violence at its source. And together, we are doing exactly that, and we are not letting up. A stronger, safer Memphis means a stronger and safer region, and that's why our regional partners are standing with us today. We are stronger and better together. To the residents of Memphis, we hear you, and we are taking action not with words, but with results. Thank you, and I am available to answer any questions along with the mayor. Y'all been easy today. I'm sorry, yes.
Actually, Lee Smith with the Project Defender.
Yes.
You and the mayor have made a lot of noise about how artificial intelligence and new technology is impacting crime. How has that played into Operation Rolling Thunder?
So in Operation Rolling Thunder, the way we use AI in some of our investigations, it helps us identify vehicles. It helps us to identify the path of vehicles. We do not use it to identify people. We have enough information most of the time when we make arrests like this. We have enough information from camera technology and other technology to help us identify the individuals that are involved in crimes. But we are exploring how we can better use AI, not just in the Memphis Police Department, but in other areas of city government as well.
Chief Davis,
Yes.
with Channel 5. I know you said that some of the people on this board have been indicted. Are they still all behind bars or some out? Can you kind of tell me?
So out of the gang members that we spoke of, 10 are still in and 3 are out right now. Yes, sir.
Mayor Young discussed the task force that is looking into police reforms in the wake of the federal investigation. Do you have an update on the progress of the task force?
Well, I know that the teams have been meeting. Judge Donald has been leading that. I can check in with her over the next couple of days. But at this point, the goal is to level set, to get more information on how the police department is performing, what are the policies and procedures, and educating the task force on those things as they dive deeper and figure out what types of recommendations they want to bring forth.
Davis, Luke Smith with Commercial View. When it comes to operations like this, how are we identifying areas? What markers are we using to say this is how we want to target one place over another?
So, and it's not necessarily geographical, in places, it's individuals. We are really trying to be laser focused on those individuals in the city who are committing violent crime. And once we identify them, because of the fact that they were involved in some recent act, whether it's a homicide or some other type of gang activity, aggravated assault, then we prioritize, how we are going to go after those individuals, especially those who already have warrants on them. Most of these folks, none of these individuals are first-time offenders. None of these individuals are second-time offenders. Some of these individuals have more than 50 and 60 charges in their history, and these are career individuals that continue to commit violence in the city.
Did MPD target, of these gang members that were mentioned, did MPD target a certain group, or were they from different gangs? Like, how did that?
No, we didn't target any particular group, because what we have found is that there are so many different groups of individuals operating in our city. Some of them are hybrid gangs, neighborhood gangs. Some of them are more traditional. What we're identifying are these individuals who would have the most serious types of offenses, whether it's carrying extended magazines, being involved in a homicide, being involved in a mass shooting, and prioritizing them based on the level of violence and danger that they pose to our citizens.
Over the weekend, Memphis made national headlines when the director of the FBI called it the homicide capital of the country. Have you had any discussions with the FBI? What kind of message do you think this type of operation sends to your federal partners?
Well, we haven't had any direct contact with the director. We are talking on a daily basis with the FBI here locally, and they have committed to resources here in our city, and we're trying not to pay too much attention to those types of comments, and we're really trying to focus on making Memphis a safe place for everybody. Thank you all.
Thanks, everybody. We appreciate you. I do want to acknowledge our council members again, because they have a tough job. They're working on budget season. They came down to stand and support Chairman Ford Canale, Councilwoman Janice Swearingen Washington, Councilwoman Pearl Walker, and Councilman Edmund Ford Sr. So thank you. We would thank you all for being here. And you can feel free to pull somebody to the side if you have additional questions. Thank you.